G'day everyone, Goober here with a bit of a different Torchlight Infinite Season SS7 video. Every season I start Boom Moto and I want it to be good, and maybe with all the changes I'm just not very good at Boom Moto. So what I have done, I have created a character on NA and I have copied Sammy7676. I went through and I used the hero ranking, went to his day 1 to have a look at his build on day 1. That is annoying me already. And then I just went through day 2. His gear is a fair bit better. He's got tier 1s and stuff. His slates have started to fill out with plus minion skill levels and that sort of thing. Day 1 he didn't have soul candles or any of that sort of stuff, so I'm guessing he goes pretty hard and farms up a lot of currency early with this basic tier 2 stuff. If you're looking through his gear here, I've actually gone through and bought the gear. Fiend Crown was 3 Flame Elementium. The Sage's Shackle was 1 Flame Elementium. The Cry of Divinity, which is a basic command every 3 seconds when your minions land a crit strike. That's 1 FE. A level 0 nothing Void Embankment is 1 FE. They drop all the time, so very easy to get early on. Mind Infusion, this was 3 FE or 1 FE or something. 1 FE, so really cheap there as well. Then I've just gone through and I've bought some low eye level other pieces, which he also had in his gear, or her gear. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Anywho. And I've just put on some stats. So the Void Embankment chest has a whole bunch of stats. So 120 all stats. So that's 360 in total. And for every 60 stats you gain 1% all res, which is really cool, so that's not too bad there. And the stats give you bonus damage and stuff as well, so it's a really nice chest. Then I've just bought, item level 82 weapons and some rings. So on the rings I have put stats. I had autocraft going tier 3 or tier 2 or tier 3, and this one gave me a tier 2, which is nice. Energy shield, stats, resistances. The other one is the same, energy shield, stats, resistances. The weapons, I noticed his weapon in the screenshot was lightning damage to minions, physical damage to minions, minion damage, minion skill area, minion crit strike rating, because you want the command from the belt, I'm guessing, and you probably don't have much crit percent to boost anyway at this stage. And then plus 73% minion elemental damage. That's quite nice. And we are using the elemental minions, so that works quite well. And then I've got that on both weapons, as you can see. And then I think I covered the gloves, just energy shield, minion damage with some resistances and minion skill area. I actually forgot to look at his gloves, so this is just a guess at what's probably pretty useful at this stage of the game. Alrighty, so now probably didn't get rid of these, did I? These are probably I mean, they're not very high level. They're probably end of day 1 stuff, to be honest. My slates, what are my slates? I didn't look at those. +1, +1. These might be a little bit higher than day 1, so let's just take off a couple of those. I think he had 4 slates or something in his, so that's probably reasonable. And I've gone through and copied his skills. He did start with Steel Vanguard, but I noticed day 2 had switched to Off the Beaten Track, so I just went with the day 2 version there. Onto the skills, we start off with Summon Grim Phantom with Mechanical Mod, Steamroll, added physical damage, Elemental Fusion, and Servant damage. Our curse is Electrocute, Blink to get around, Machine Army, and Elemental Shock. Elemental Shock gives you a buff for your minions that lasts 6 seconds. And Machine Army triggers Dark Gate from the boots. So the boots, whenever you cast an Empower skill, which Machine Army is, triggers a Dark Gate. It's a pretty bad one, but that is perfectly fine. Onto the auras, we have Weapon Amp, Rejuve, Fearless, and Swiftness. These will change with day 2 as we get more Energy Shield. So now what I'm going to do is I'm fairly certain I can do T7. So I'm not going to grind this out for a huge amount of hours. What I am going to do is I am going to probably remove a whole bunch of points from the star tree, and I will attempt a boss rush video or a boss rush farming strategy for about an hour and see how much flame elementium I can make out of an hour using this low level stuff, and then I will probably multiply that by say a 3-hour farming session and then see if I can upgrade some of my gear, and we'll just keep track of how many hours theoretically I spend on the character to help level it up. I do have the Carino too, so I can just cheat, but I would like to see how I go about the start of the season for Boom, so I can league start it next season and succeed rather than just getting frustrated. But this feels pretty reasonable early on, so I will see how we go, and I'll do a farming video very shortly. Alrighty, I guess before we get into the farming test, we can do a quick check of our damage. That is pretty woeful, doing about 30 million DPS, which is pretty bad, but I guess it's probably not too bad for day 1 with absolutely no gear. Unless you're Carino 2, then it's bad. But now we have to look at a build guide, and I have to reduce the amount of star talents that I'm using. I'm obviously maxed it out, which you will not have on day 1. So looking at pro builds, quick loot, let's slap in one from I'm a Real Rats channel. Oh, he's even got the video URL there if you want to throw that in. It's basically all of the star shards, chance at the chest, I don't know if I'll put those in, chance at the Netherrealm Resonance, which still sells really quite well. He has all of these points into, don't know if I'll put those in. Snowpaper frags have a chance to be replicated. That's really nice. So I'll probably have those points. I don't think those 4 there are probably that good. I'll probably just have more chance of them duplicating. And he doesn't have Hunt. This must be a different one than what I saw him doing. So maybe I won't do that. I'll just put one together myself, which I thought I clicked on the right one, but I guess I haven't. So let's reset all. I don't have enough winding points. Really? Alrighty, now this character definitely has enough. Bam. 999. If you don't know, you can just right click on it and it'll use the entire stack. I probably won't be doing the league mechanic for this one. Anyway, I'll put some points in and we'll see what we got. Alrighty, so I think I'll just leave 25 points available there. That's probably about day 1 level stuff. So we've got all of the chances of Netherrealm Resonance, chance to duplicate Star Shards, which is a definite. We'll just put 2 points in here. And in Goddess of the Hunt, all of the points. So we've got a chance of getting some compasses. We have a chance of duplicating the boss. We don't have to select the thing, and we can get up to 6 bosses. And chance for well, bosses drop additional sets of snowpaper fragments. So we'll just have those points there. And yeah, so 25 extra points there seems fairly reasonable, I think. And then we'll go through, we'll just reset this. I won't be juicing, we're just doing the bosses, and I'll be spamming Confession Chapel as I like it, and it's very quick inside of the Lava Sea area. If you're unaware, the Lava Sea area can drop immolating flames, which are really quite good. Wow, this is actually slow as hell. I think I'll avoid killing the enemies. I did see the orange dots. I'm like, ooh, loot. But roll about... Ooh. Is this viable in T7? Got a flame elementium, a div emblem. What are the div emblems worth? Where is it? Nothing. 2. It's not too bad. Anyhow, I'll see how I go. This is day 1. It's day 1. I can't be too picky. Anyway, I'll do an hour and see how we go. Alrighty, everyone. After about 15 minutes, I think I have noticed a critical flaw in my plan. I'll quickly look at what I've got. It doesn't feel like I've had much drop at all, but I'll chuck it into the spreadsheet, see how we're going, and maybe change up the strategy a bit. Alrighty, so looking at this, snowpaper fragments are the majority. Close behind is the Eternal that dropped, that I'm not spec'd into at all. So I think I will change this. Obviously these prices will differ at the start of the season, where the Star Shards will be worth more. Like if they were worth 1 each, then it'd be a fair bit better. I don't have tax for some reason. There we go, tax taken out now. But I guess for now I can only go with what I've got. And it is taking me a fairly long time to kill the hunt monsters. I'm pretty sure the tree makes it so they are a little bit buffed. Gives them 500% health or something stupid, doesn't it? Rarity, boss buff, 46%. Those ghosts are super tanky compared to my damage, which isn't great. So I think I will remove some points out of this. The bosses are taking way too long. I still want to duplicate the boss. I don't want the ghosts, I don't think. But I want points in Eterna instead. Alright, I've abandoned Hunt because it's taking so long. The Eterna guys that spawned in the map died pretty quick, so they can stay. I haven't gone with the Blade of Eterna because I feel like that guy's just going to ruin my day. So we'll go with this, see how this goes for 15 minutes. And maybe this will be the strategy. I don't know. Maybe chasing the cards is better than boss rushing, but I guess we'll keep testing, and this is probably one of the reasons that I fail so hard at the start of a season, because I can't decide on a farming strategy. Alrighty, I've just done another 15 minutes. That felt better. Let's have a quick look. So we got about the same amount of snow paper fragments, which is interesting. You didn't see that. Anywho, so we're currently at, let's put all these over here so I can see how the second 15 minutes went. Oops. So Snowpaper Fragments 326, Netherrealm Resonance 147, 78 of those. Only had one Flame Elementium drop. Solidified Tears at 0.25 each. Alrighty, so the second 15 minutes was far better than the first 15 minutes. We got 14 maps done versus, I think, 12. So not a huge improvement there. However, we got 10 Eternals and 23 Fleetings, which that in itself equals more than the first 15 minutes. So pretty happy with that. Plus we got a couple extra tiers there. No extra cards or anything, but that's fine because we have a pretty consistent farm here. The blades actually died fairly quickly, so I will take that extra node for the 5% extra chance. And yeah, so it looks like we may be able to make about 200 FE for an hour. I guess I'll see in another 30 minutes. It's getting late, so I keep stopping for what you can see up the top there. But that should be pretty funny when it comes out. Alright, I'll do another 30 minutes and see where we're at. Righty, this is going to be the last map, no doubt. I'm just cruising through now. I'm pretty used to the playstyle again, which is nice. I'm pretty sure we've made, I don't know, about 150 or 200 FE for the hour, which is pretty nice. I doubt I would get this much FE day one, but I'm thinking that unless I'm missing something with these mechanics, you could just do this on T6 or T5 and still be making a reasonable amount. So that'll do for the first hour. We did get a few extra drops, which is nice. And I switched to, well, I didn't switch to, I was using the compass pack spirits this entire time, and I didn't actually have any compasses drop, so whatever. They do have nice drop quantity base on there, which is good, and I just realized I haven't actually done the T8 Traveler on this character. Interesting. So at least I'll get a slate when I do that. Tally this up. See you in a sec. Oh. Did I have a Fiend Crown drop? Yeah. Alrighty, so looking at the total profit, we still made 203 Flame Elementium total from this, which is pretty nice. Considering the first 15 minutes was like 20 FE, so I made 180 FE or so from the next 45 minutes, which is pretty sweet. So definitely a good starter one. Let's just quickly check the void tree because I don't see why this... well, it says it unlocks after any plane reaches time mark 7. It doesn't say that it needs to be done in time mark 7. So I guess you could unlock this, and if you're not one-shotting everything, just go down to time mark 6 and do it. I didn't end up actually putting the pointer there like I should have. So that should be backwards compatible, I guess you would say. This also unlocks at time mark 7, but you'll be doing that to get all of your star talents early on anyway. And then again, you could go down in time mark 6 and do that. So this should be pretty reasonable at the start of the season. These obviously have to be time mark 7 or above. So points there that you wouldn't use if you went down. But Netherrealm Resonance do count. You could do Winding Keys. You could do, you know, heaps of other things early on if you had to. So what can I buy with 200 Flame Elementium? Having a look at day 2, you would go for more slates, obviously. So I guess I'll look at slates and see if I can grab some for around, you know, 50 FE or so. I doubt I'll get +1/+1 for that, but I may be able to just price check my other +1s and chuck them on for some extra boost. Maybe get some level 86 weapons and start getting them to T1. And a big one is probably a Corrupted Void chest there. And then also probably more likely these 2 skills. So I'll check those out and see what they cost. So this skill requires at least 30 command. And we're sitting at about 20. Or yeah, 20-ish. I don't know if this guy counts as a... Let's see. It's sitting... Okay. So with Cry of Divinity, it's always over 30, so that's just a flat upgrade if we get that. Can get a 95% at the moment for 4 FE. I'm pretty sure that's even better than the one in my inventory, to be honest. So that was 4 FE. Which one did I have? I had 80%. So we'll install that. Have a look at our damage before we put that on. I think it was about 30, wasn't it? Because we're pretty slow. Yep. Chuck on this bad boy. So that's increased our damage to... We're still pretty slow, but 50 million, I guess. Flicker is one of the other skills, yes, that it was using. 1 FE, so pretty cheap. I know that these aren't going to be this cheap early in the season, but we'll just pretend that we're still good to go. Obviously, I need some soul candles as well. I didn't actually look at those, but I'll just go with some generic minion skill level ones or something like that. Another pretty easy upgrade would just be switching these out for activation mediums instead of preparation. Righty, so looking at what we have spent, we spent 4, 5, 25, 45, 95. We spent about 100, let's say 120 FE all up there, which hopefully will get us a few decent increases. I will be able to fit those, which is nice, and then see if I can, like, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Hopefully I can get some decent stuff on these reasonably easily. Yes, no shit. Or upgrade that one. I don't really want to override because it costs too much. Shame we didn't get crit chance or anything on there. Imbue doesn't really do anything for us. Oh, that definitely doesn't. So I've got 4 attempts here. Minion movement speed. Res will do. Ugh. Ugh. Bad. Whatever. So that's pretty much that done for. That currency didn't last very long at all. But yeah, I've got some skills. And now we do about 100 million deeps. So that'll make the T7 farm even better. So let's just load up a map and see if that's much faster. Kill stuff a bit quicker. Not. Oh yeah, almost one-shot the boss there, which is fantastic. Alright, so I said I was going to just, you know, do an hour and then basically cheese myself 2000 FE or so, but I think I will continue this series tomorrow. I might transfer the Flame Elementium off this character. So remove this from my stash and put it on my Carino character. That way it's just completely off this one. And I'll try and do this legitimately over the next few days and build it up to a point where I can farm T8 or Profound and transition into godliness like the other few Boom Motos. So looking at the rankings for okay, there's a few over 3,000 here now, which is pretty cool. Wings of Light. That's different. Parabolic projectile splits like crazy. Oh, it's a 2-hander. Derp. Gosh, that's nice, isn't it? Additional damage applied to life. Doesn't have the additional damage when affected by 40, which is interesting. Whoa. Crazy gear, but that is what I want to get to in this series. Okay. Whale. Anywho, I can't really talk. I've been collecting them for many seasons now. Interesting that they're the only 2 legendaries. And they're doing so well. I mean, they have got an insane amount of FE here. But, oh well, we'll get there. No doubt we will get there. Spider egg stuff. 100%. Nice. Perpetual motion. I hear that wind rhythm is better, but perpetual motion is cheaper. Let's have a look at perpetual. Perp. 800 FE versus a wind rhythm, which is only 600. 8,000 if you get one with the good bonuses, but 600 seems like I'll get that tomorrow. 1,500, 1,400. Doesn't seem too bad to me. I'll get one of them tomorrow. Alrighty, that's what I've got for this one. I am going to stick with this and see if we can get it to a point where I can league start with this next season and do well with it. Alright, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.